morning, guys. It's David with Walk with a Doc. I am so excited to announce our virtual Walk with a Doc today. My wife, Kristen, is filming. I'm coming to you from New Albany, Ohio, just a small suburb outside of Columbus. I was going to have a walk shirt on, but we were walking. It was gorgeous and sunny, so I thought we'd just stop and film this introduction to Dr. Lori Carnsew out of Easley, South Carolina, a wonderful family practice doc. I watched the video earlier. It's perfect for what we're all going through right now. Lori talks about calls she's getting from the office and how we can effectively deal with stress as we're all inside and now doing this walk virtually instead of together, which hopefully we'll all be doing really soon. Anyway, so excited that Lori did this for us, and welcome to our first virtual Walk with a Doc. I'm so excited that you decided to tune in this morning. So without further ado, here's Dr. Lori.
Hi, this is Dr. Lori Carnsew. I'm a family physician and a lifestyle medicine doctor, and I am here today to represent Walk with the Doc. We are going to do a virtual walk since we're now 2 weeks into social distancing. Most people are going a little stir crazy. So with all the talk about Corona, there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of anxiety being home with our families. And so today we're going to talk about stress reduction and relaxation. Should we do it while we walk?
Yes.
All right. I want to give a shout out to my daughter, Christy Vogel, for the video. So stress reduction, relaxation has been very, very difficult the last couple weeks for most of us. Anxiety is a weird thing. One of the definitions of stress is that it's our own reaction to what around us. People say, I have stress, or there's all this stress, but it's really how we react to stress. And we can control it. The last couple weeks, I can tell you, I have chose not to control it. I have gone on Facebook, I have been reading everything I can, and just giving into the anxiety. But eventually, that increased cortisol from the anxiety starts to really affect us physically. And so there are things that we can do and we have to do, and sometimes it's letting go of things we can't control. Right now we're in a time when there are so many unknowns. When is this going to be over? They're just question after question after question. So what we can do is work on some of our own stress relief. We do have a choice in that relaxation, so we can choose to stop looking at social media. We can choose to turn off the news. We can choose to do some exercise for a while. We can choose to come out on our own or with our quarantine family and take a walk. But what are the other signs of stress? What else do they do? Increase cortisol, which increases fat deposition around our middle. It decreases our concentration. Stress causes a lot of digestive dysfunction. I've been getting all kinds of calls from people with nausea, tingling, lightheadedness, all these symptoms of stress. So what can you do while you're quarantined? You can do breathing exercises. I usually tell people not to Google things, but this is one good thing you can Google, because any breathing exercise that helps you calm down is a good one. So you can do yoga breathing, you can do just Google or go on YouTube and put in breathing for relaxation, and you can do a lot of things. One of them is a yoga type breath where you breathe in through your nose and then out through your nose while you're making a noise in the back of your throat like this. It's kind of silly, but that breathing actually slows down your heart rate, lowers your blood pressure, and it really is a very calming breath. So when you're lying in bed at night and you can't sleep and your heart is beating and you're wondering what's going on, try a couple of these breathing exercises, and they really can help acutely to get you feeling a little bit better. Yoga, I mentioned yoga, that's another good thing. I try and recommend mostly things that are scientifically proven. Yoga and meditation and mindfulness have a lot of data, a lot of science on it really helping reduce relaxation. Maybe not immediately when you do it, you might get a little bit, but doing something a little bit every day, whether it's mindfulness, meditation, yoga. And this is something that you can do at home. There are plenty of studios now that have online classes. There are plenty of apps that you can download for meditation. Many of them are offering free classes and free stuff during this epidemic. Nature. So being outside and being in the sunlight is actually a very good stress reliever. So being out in nature is good. If you are in an area where you can still get out and hike, walk, run, any of these are good. Whatever you feel like you can do. So we're out walking in our neighborhood a little bit. And I might use that calming breath actually sometimes during exercise to help decrease my heart rate when I'm thinking I can't go any further. What else? There are other things you can do. Tapping. Sometimes tapping on pressure points is an anxiety relief. Sounds kind of silly, but it works. People do it all the time. And these are things that you can do just to kind of bring your heart rate down. If you're feeling a little panicky, bring yourself together. Hi. Good morning. Volunteer. Volunteer is a great anxiety reliever. Kind of difficult to do, but people are finding ways to pull together and to volunteer. So whether that's if you're a musician making videos and having online concerts for people, or whatever that you do that you can share with other people. What else? So what are some other relaxation things that you can do during quarantine? Now, not everybody's in a place where they can actually get out in nature, but you can get out with yourself or the people that in your immediate family and plant a garden. Perhaps you can't go to the garden store and get stuff. Yet there are plenty of ways you can find online to take a piece of celery or food scraps and actually plant them. This is a good time to experiment with some of those. What about doing art or music? These are great stress relievers. Anything in that creative part of your brain. Doing puzzles, playing games. These are good times to get those out. Other solitary exercise or solitary things in nature you can do: fishing, kayaking, paddleboarding. Great times for all that if you have access. Going for a walk or a hike or a run. And then maintaining connection with people, because as humans we crave connection, and that's one of the reasons we're having such a difficult time right now. So connecting with the ones you love, maybe not over Facebook, but maybe actually a phone call or a FaceTime video. It's a good time to do that. Warm baths, those are always good relaxations. And what about oils? A lot of people use oils. So the flavors, as I like to call them, lavender, bergamot, sweet orange, and eucalyptus are great ones for relaxation and stress relief. And then the last thing is foods. That stress foods that we like tend to be processed foods. And I know a lot of you have gone out and bought lots of processed foods, and that's... Good morning.
Good, how are you?
A lot of processed foods contain oils and sugars, and those tend to really instigate depression and anxiety. So even though those may be what you're craving, and I can tell you, my kids did the shopping, and so our house was full of junk foods, and I have been eating some of those because that's what you want under stress. But the real foods that will help you in the long run are fresh fruits and vegetables, anything with antioxidants. Blueberries, green tea and chamomile tea are good choices. Dark chocolate, turmeric, these are all anxiety helping foods. So even if it isn't what you want, try and get some of those fresh ingredients and those good foods into your diet. So we're gonna finish up our walk. Hopefully you can take this video and go on your own little virtual walk. Walk until you get a good breathing pattern going, and that you're just a little bit short of breath, and then you know you're where you need to be. Thank you very much.
And I want to share a quick story. Thousands of years ago, on a gorgeous tropical island, the storm of the century was going to come through. The oak trees said, "We're mighty oaks. We're going to stand tall and strong. No storm is going to mess with us." The palm trees said, "We're just going to lean over. This thing's only going to last for a night." The next morning, there wasn't a single oak tree to be seen within 75 miles of the island, but the palm trees yawned, rubbed their eyes, and stood up next to all their beautiful palm tree neighbors. Let's all be palm trees together.